Welcome back, everybody. Dren608 Plays. We're playing Xenonauts 2 here. We're just about ready to start Phase 2. So we're getting out of the early game, starting to get into the early mid-game. There's a couple layers to this. Middle game, then you'll get to late game, and then end game. So there's like 5 levels, 5 phases of the game, so to speak. We're getting done with level 1 here. That's what this Invasion Begins will do. And this funding report will actually bring us a bunch of money. At the end of the last session, we managed to clear out this. So I'm hoping to be able to pick this up quickly and get the Soviet bonus because it takes 25% off my base maintenance, which makes money go much farther. And then I'll have to try and pick up a bunch of these others. They all help you in different ways, but it's definitely worthwhile to do that. We got done doing another alien abduction mission. We got a few wounds, but we didn't lose anybody, so yay. When we did rescue all the people, but our doomsday was already at 0 because we've been going at -2 because of me picking up the security guys. So we've been doing really well on holding out doomsday. When we get to the panic, it's going to be much harder. Panic is much harder to control, and I'm going to have to build another base to help control it. But we should have the money to do that when we get there. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and move ourselves up to the Invasion Begins and get going here. So here we go. It's going to take it another day. There we are. We got our quantum teleportation first. Yay! I have long believed that the extraterrestrials must be using some form of faster-than-light, FTL, drive to visit our world. Analysis of the recovered alien hyperdrive has confirmed my suspicions. While I have not yet identified the precise mechanism by which this device functions, it seems linked to the principles of quantum teleportation. Fanciful though it may sound, the hyperdrive apparently allows the vessel to instantly jump to a new location without needing to traverse the intervening space. Our enemies possessing viable FTL technology would explain much about this invasion that is otherwise difficult to understand. Most notably, the fact that cosmic distances are so unimaginably vast that conducting interstellar warfare should be virtually impossible. Several factors affect the energy required for this process: the mass transported, the distance traveled, and the stability of the quantum fields at the destination. The quantum anomalies observed after a successful jump have a destabilizing effect, making further FTL travel more difficult until they have dissipated. However, we still appear to be missing a piece of the puzzle. My calculations suggest that the energy reserves aboard a destroyer would be insufficient to jump even 1 light year. For reference, the closest star system is 4 light years away. I thought it was 3.2. I thought it was a parsec. Okay. Gaining access to the hyperdrive navigational systems may provide an explanation, and perhaps even identify the source of the invasion. Unfortunately, the device stubbornly refuses to respond to our signals. Interestingly, my laboratory equipment has recorded it establishing a communications channel with one of the electronic components within a recovered Mentarch corpse. But with the creature dead, no data was ultimately exchanged. I therefore suggest you try to capture a Mentarch alive. It is certainly plausible these bizarre creatures may play some role in the alien hyperdrive system. No kidding, dude! Okay, Alien Origins is what you want to do, but I can't get that done in time. But I can go get the Mentarch. Right? Mentarch and the Civilian are the 2 important ones. Okay. That's what we're going to do. And the alien invasion should be coming up here right about now. Breaking news. The transmission. Our enemies announced their presence to the world. A simple message is broadcast across an incredible planet. An incredulous planet. We are the Eternal Empire. We invite humanity to serve us. Those who surrender will be rewarded. Those that refuse will be destroyed. You have 3 days to decide. It's been the only thing on every channel for hours now. I don't think there's a single person on the planet that hasn't seen it. Nice of them to give us a time to get organized. One does not need to be a genius to realize the odds are stacked against us. Do you expect humanity to surrender? Not without a fight. People are scared, but they're defiant. We can use that, show the public that victories are possible, and they'll support the war. If we can't, it's game over. They'll decide surrender is the only option. We'll need more support. Our resources are too limited to defeat the invasion alone. You're right. I'm already talking to the Funding Council. They've got influence and connections, and evidence we've already spent years fighting the aliens. We'll have what we need soon enough. Doomsday averted! Yay! We made our objective. Updated objective. The Doomsday counter has been disabled. The alien transmission has sent shockwaves across the planet, calming tensions between the world powers enough to remove the imminent threat of nuclear war. With fear and defiance leading even the most bitter enemies to consider collaboration, the Xenonauts attempt to organize a united resistance against the extraterrestrial invasion. Close. Now, if you go up here to funding report, see, this is where we're at right now, but it's going to change here very shortly. We do have to pass through a few more days. I don't know if anything pops me here. Laser shotgun. Should get another one right about now. And funding report. Ding! There we go. They've redone a lot of this art for the final release, so it's really and the art will update as we update our technology. That's the other neat thing. Good news, folks. The Xenonaut Initiative has been formally recognized. Every major country signed the treaty. We're the tip of the spear, an elite multinational organization that exists to gather data governments need to handle local alien incursions. I should read this up here. After 2 days of frantic negotiations, every major world power agrees to support a multinational organization focused on defending Earth. The Xenonaut Initiative is tasked with responding to alien incursions and gathering sufficient information about the invaders to devise a strategy for defeating them. We're now free to operate anywhere in the world without restriction, which is going to make my life a lot easier. They're also agreed to pardon us for any illicit activities we may or may not have been forced to carry out before the rest of the world woke up to the threat. I seem to recall assurances that our activities were entirely legal. I assumed you were smart enough to know that wasn't true. ... Anyway, Commander, you can begin expanding our operations. We're now receiving additional funding directly from governments, so our monthly budget has increased substantially. It seems rather foolish to have any limitations on our budget at all, given the circumstances. This is as cooperative as governments are going to get, unfortunately. They know they need us, but they don't want us getting too powerful. They expect to be kept on a tight leash. That appears to be incredibly short-sighted. Of course, but we're in no position to argue. This is our best shot at saving the world. I suppose so. From now on, it's critical that we keep our funding regions happy. Protect them and they'll increase our monthly budget. Fail and they'll reduce funding or withdraw from the initiative entirely. Lose too many regions and they'll shut us down. And so now things have changed. The game has changed again. So, regional panic. Ensure funding regions do not surrender to the aliens. The establishment of the Funding Council and formal recognition of the Xenonaut Initiative has significantly increased our monthly funding. You now need to manage panic levels in each funding region. Regions with low panic will grant additional funding, whereas any region that reaches 100 panic will withdraw from the Council and surrender. Humanity will be defeated and the Xenonaut Initiative terminated should too many regions surrender to the aliens. And you can go and check, based on your difficulty, I think it's 2 regions all the time, but panic goes up higher based on difficulty. So you can check that in the settings when you're picking your game type, okay? So this closes. And now remember we shot down 2 scouts? Now we get, if we shoot down any more scouts, we get an extra 200,000 monthly funding. Gather sufficient data on the scout UFOs to provide the world with detailed plans for clearing these alien vessels. As a reward, the Funding Council have increased our monthly funding. Cash bounty will now be paid for each scout crash site left to local military forces. Completing the mission ourselves will cost operations points, as we will need to negotiate with local government who are keen to acquire alien materials and technology for themselves. The bounty will be collected automatically if the crash site times out. And then we already have that for destroyers, which is a glitch in the game that I think they're going to patch. It should not be giving me that bounty thing until after we get to this point in the game. But it gave it to us for destroyers beforehand. So that's something that is a bit of a glitch. Okay. Now, if you go and look at our funding report, we're going to be up to 2.1 million here. And we're going to spend a lot of that on getting some scientists and building out our base. And then we're going to try and get some more money to build a second base in America. It costs like $1 million to lay it down. We may not be able to lay it down right away because we have to get a lot of other things done first. Okay? We've got 92 days to waveform peak, which means we'll get 3 more funding reports in. This one and 2 more. I think 30, 60, 90. I think that's how it counts. I think we get 3 actually. There we go. So here's just notice that it's on day 91 is when we get our funding report. It has to tick over to the next day of the month for you to get your funding. So that's important. So you can see we've got 2.164 plus we had like 50,000. So, and this is our expenses. If I can get this thing on Soviet Union, all this will go down by 25%. So it's very important that we get that, which is why I'm sitting here hovering over this. It's like I'm waiting for this to pop up so I can try and grab it with some operations points. Our research is 8 hours out. Then I think we're going to go get UFO hold plating because I believe that's the next one. Oh, God, I got so many things I want to do. Where am I on the base? 1 day here, then I can buy scientists. We have 27. I can pick up 7 more scientists. Okay, we're going to have to lay some stuff down here. We're going to lay down... I need to start building... how much power does that take? 20. I only have a very little amount left. And a workshop takes 20. I guess we have to lay down the workshop first. So we're going to lay down the workshop. Now, I don't have any power spares here. So that's going to be something that I'm going to do. I'm going to build my generators down here. And then I'm going to take this generator offline. Get some money back from it. Now my base is only being invaded by 2 spaces. Okay? And when I get this one up, I probably will build a third one in here, but I'm hoping to get these guys are going to do this base upgrade. 50 aluminum, huh? I have to think about that. It's going to be just a few hours and I'm going to get the Mentark thing, which is important. Okay, he's going to, yeah, make my pistols. Here we are. So this is going to be, I think, pretty much just a strategic level discussion of the things that I'm trying to do. Observation Mentark. A living Mentark is a surreal sight to behold, Commander. The subject remains entirely passive within its containment unit, patiently hovering in place while it endlessly scans the surroundings with its single large eye. Nothing has changed since the creature first arrived in my laboratory. At no point has it shown signs of anger, boredom, or discomfort. Application of an electric shock will cause it to adapt a defensive posture, but after approximately 30 seconds, it will simply return to its previous position. This is not the behavior of a fully sentient life form. Indeed, the fact Mentarks are only encountered within the confines of a UFO, not true, they will come outside, perhaps hints at their true purpose. I suspect they are powerful biological computers networked directly into their vessel's control systems to assist with piloting and hyperdrive navigation. They are also formidable opponents on the battlefield. You are no doubt already aware of the power of their integrated plasma cannon, but their dexterous tentacles are also easily capable of generating enough force to break bones, as one of my less alert underlings recently discovered. As suspected, Mentarks do indeed employ a miniaturized energy shield to protect their fragile biological sections. Yet detailed scans of the shield envelope have revealed the coverage is not uniform. A number of weak spots have been identified, hopefully boosting the damage our soldiers inflict on these creatures. So we get an extra 10% damage on them now by doing, when you do live observations, you get an extra 10% damage on the critter that you're doing. And then there's a corpse analysis one that will give you an extra 10%. So you can get a total of 20% extra damage when you hit them. So whatever your damage roll is, then they multiply it by the multiplier, an extra 10% or 20% gets added to the damage. So it makes it a little bit easier to take them out, which is important because as we go through the game and they start to ramp things up, we start getting like elite versions of these. And then I think there's 4 levels now. There's like elite, there's like advanced ones, elite ones, and then Praetorians. And Praetorians are like ridiculous. They have like 300 hit points or something like that. So you need to be able to do a lot of extra damage. Okay? But as you can see, 60 health, 40 time units, 50 strength, 60 here, 50 and 60, and they also have a little bit of armor from that armory stuff. They don't tell me what the armor is here. It moves around as if it had a jetpack. It can do 40 kinetic melee. Its plasma cannon does 56. Trust me, that gets tougher as you go through the game. It starts doing more and more damage. It'll go from a plasma cannon to like a fusion cannon at some point. And then it's like, kill Mentarks immediately kind of thing. Anytime you see anybody with a fusion gun, it's like, kill it now, kill it now. Alright, so we got the Mentark, and then we can do research. Normally I would go straight for the civilians because that gives me stuff, but I think I need to get, this is taking way too long. We're going to do this. We're going to go for hull plating because I believe that gives me an airplane. And then in here, now we have to make a decision on whether we're going to go and build another base. I do need to get, it's not quite done yet. I have to get more scientists and then we'll decide if we can build another base. Come on, get my scientist labs done. I'll be up to 85 points, but I don't think this thing's going to be available. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. Now I can go in here. I can hire scientists. These guys are very expensive. $350,000 to hire those guys. But it's going to take me, when 2 days, it takes like 2 days for them to get here. Okay. And in 2 days, this is going to go up a bunch. Which means everything here is going to become much faster. And then there's upgrades and things that we can get that will take us, make it go even faster. So we're at 43 here, 44 there, 39 there, 41 here, 42, and 40. We really need to get something here in southern USA. And our third base needs to go like over in Japan or South Korea or someplace. The question is do I want to start this now? I think I want to lay the base down now. Okay, how much does this guy cost? It costs 105. Oh, please, please, please. All right, let's lay down the base. Oh no, I need 100. I need 100 op points to construct a base. Okay, so it's going to take a little bit. Base is not going to start as soon as I want it to. I forgot. We've changed that. You now need 100 points just to be able to build a base, and then you have to pay for it. So it's very annoying. This is 97. I need 2 days here. Come on, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. And we've got a medium UFO. All right, medium should still be a destroyer, so we should be able to go get it. Right? Speed that up. Well, we've got to let the small one go because I can't. I don't have enough interceptors. Damn it. Is he gonna get away from me? Okay, now we'll go and look at the view of the research. See, it's now up to 168. It was 131, now it's 168. This is down to 5 days. This one's down to 8 from 11. These are down to a little over 2 days, like two and a half, a little over 2.5, and so on. And then there's some bonuses I can get for technology-wise that'll speed that up even faster. And then in time, I will do the same thing with engineers, but I'm going to have to get more stuff. I don't think I can catch this damn UFO. Damn it. Okay, we lost him. Let's go over here. So they're going to catch up to me. Okay. If you auto-resolve the attack, you take a pretty big hit here. But I want to show you what fighters look like. So we're going to go in and do the fighter. Now notice this, things are different. They're attacking us. So this is our defensive layout, okay? Now fighters can roll away from our missiles. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the Sky Lances because they won't hit it for a damn. And we're going to put ourselves up here. And we're going to put you up over here. And then we're going to slow ourselves down. Is it the minus key? Why are you not slowing down? Okay, Angel 1, you've got to go in here. Okay, now we're going to speed up Angel 1. And we're fine. And I got through without taking any damage at all. Okay. But I'm never going to catch them, so I'm just going to have these guys return to base because I got to get weapons on them. So now what happened there is we shot it down over the Soviet Union, so their panic went down. I didn't get this guy. I think their panic went up by a point. And this guy, these guys are going to go up in a second. There we are. So he's coming back in, but oh, it says I'm fully repaired. So maybe I can go get this one. It's saying that I have everything on them. So let's go. Let's go get this guy. And we're going to tail till overland because we want the money. There, he's over an island. All right, and then we'll go and do this. We'll do the same thing we did before. Auto resolve says I took absolutely no damage and I took him down, so we'll accept it. I'd have to use 75 op points. I want to buy this guy instead, so I'm going to take the money and I'm going to go here and I'm going to pick this guy off for 105. I only have 4 left, but now I have the Soviet bonus. So my monthly upkeep costs are now down by 25%. Possible support of Soviet region, leading the local government provides further assistance to the Xenonaut initiative. Monthly upkeep cost of all base structures, aircraft, and vehicles has been reduced by 25%. So if you go look at our funding report, notice that our expenses are way down. Everything's much cheaper to carry around with us, okay? So that's important. The next thing that we're going to need to do is probably get like the scientists, which is Latin America, but we got to get op points obviously before we can do any of that. But that helps make our money go farther. We only have 1,000,003. We could build another base. What's our time? Coming up on a half an hour. How close are we to finishing anything here? 5 game days. I'm pretty sure stuff's going to happen within the next 5 game days. We can go check our soldiers. I saw a few people get healed up here. Oh, I have junk to sell? That's right. You can sell the captured Mentarchs once you've done your research. You sell them off and you get 39,000. So, yep, take the money. I need to get a Scion live one too, because that helps me get some stuff. So that's going to be hard to do. Engineering is just about done with this stuff. We only have 51 aluminium. Which we can build the laser lance. So we're going to do that. Because that will give us laser lances on our jets. That's going to cost at least $1 million to put a base out there, so I'm going to have to wait. Because I also have to have 100 op points. So it's kind of hard to build a second base. We're getting... very small. This is another fighter. So I guess he's probably trying to... would he bait me with fighters? Let's see if he's gonna bring something to us. Nope. It's a probe. I think I'm gonna take no damage. I took damage. Why did I take damage? I'm gonna fight it normal. Alright, come in from over this side. Turn off the Sky Lancers won't help. And Angel 2, you come in from this side. Let's come in slower. This is my speed over here. We're going to come in at under 1,000 kilometers an hour. See if we can bracket his missiles. Now, Angel 1, you need to turn off this way. And we just got him with missiles. Okay. See, I took no damage. So let's go back to base. And fully refueled, fully repaired, so we're all set to go, and we're going to get some stuff from the fighters. Unfortunately, that's raising up panic over here in the Americas. So I'm saying I really need to get some stuff in there. I should be able to get my guys up here. This is a destroyer. I think we've already done this. I think the auto-resolve will be terrible. It's not too bad. Let's see if we can do better. We're going to see if we can do better, and then we're probably going to wrap this up pretty soon. So we'll turn off the Sidewinders first. Slow us down, because we want to do missiles. We'll take them out with missiles if we can. Yep. Boom, boom. We got to reload our missiles, so it's going to take us a little while. We're not going to spend the out points. We're going to take the money. And we get a little bit of stuff there. And then we get the thing on the UFO fighter. So the UFO fighter is very small. Okay. It's evasive. Agile enough to perform evasive roles in battle, making it difficult to hit with slow-moving weapons such as torpedoes. Your missiles, if you saw how I braced the fighter, what you want to do is you want to shoot the fighter from two sides, because it'll roll one way or the other, and then the other missile will be able to hit it. It has 120 health and no armor. It's very fast, and it can turn really good. It has plasma missiles, which you have to dodge. And it has a light blaster that can do a fair amount of damage to you, tearing up your armor, okay? Cannot crash, you just get bits and pieces of it, okay? Small, yet extremely aggressive, the fighter UFOs that have recently started appearing in our skies pose a unique threat to our interceptors. These alien craft appear to be first designed specifically for aerial combat. They consist of little more than engines and weapon systems, with no internal space for carrying cargo or any crew beyond the lone pilot. Armed with both long-range missiles and a deadly short-ranged energy blaster, they have enough firepower to destroy one of our interceptors in a matter of moments. They are also extremely agile with a high rate of turn and the ability to perform evasive roles. Thankfully, they also have lightweight hulls that are entirely devoid of armor. This makes these UFOs extremely fragile, indeed to the point that there is almost zero chance of them surviving impact with the ground and creating a crash site. Fighters are at their most threatening when carrying out air superiority missions, during which they will actively search for targets to attack. Should they, or any nearby UFO, detect a human aircraft, they will immediately attempt to intercept and destroy it. In such situations, it can be tempting to leave these craft to their own devices. However, this too can be problematic. In the absence of military targets, fighters may go after civilian aircraft instead. Having an airliner full of passengers blown up in midair is unlikely to improve panic levels in the local region. Duh. Like, sorry, guy, duh. Okay, where are we at on our research? 4 days out still. Dang. 4 days out will be 4, 5, right? 4, 25, be 6 days before I have everything done. So we're gonna speed up a little bit. Yeah, we're getting really whipped out here. 45 and 43. I really need to lay down a base in America. I need to get started on it, I'm afraid. But I don't have the op points to do it. It's gonna take me 8 more days just to have op points to do that. Really want to get to the laser lances before we end this episode if I can, because they will help me immensely. And I think I've got everybody back to do the laser lance. Takes 2 days, and then we can stop the episode showing our new aircraft armament. UFO hull plating. Combat data suggests that armored extraterrestrial craft demonstrate an impressive level of resistance to conventional air-to-air weapons. Laboratory analysis of their hull plating reveals how this is achieved. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the primary factor is the specific composition of the alien alloys used to construct the armor. The addition of various trace elements appears to have collectively increased the durability of the plating by over 50% relative to unadulterated samples. This information is immensely valuable to our own war effort. There are an almost unimaginable number of alloy permutations, and it would take many decades for us to identify the optimal mixture through experimentation alone. Thankfully, our enemies have done our work for us. Furthermore, microscopic analysis of the chemical structure of the plating reveals the molecules are compressed together in incredibly tight lattices, akin to a material like diamond. When formed into plates of armor, these hardened alloys are so strong that conventional munitions frequently glance off rather than penetrate. It has proved possible to imperfectly reproduce this hardening effect by quenching and tempering the substance under extremely high pressures, creating alloy samples with far greater mechanical performance than any we had previously fabricated. These advances can be applied to our own designs immediately and should allow for the construction of a new generation of protective equipment. We can now build the Dragonfly dropship, which is what I was trying to get to. So we're going to research that next, and then Guardian battle armor. Assault shield can go upgraded, the alloy vehicle armor, and alloy plating, which is on our airplanes. I don't use plating on my airplanes right now, so I'm not going to bother with that. Vehicle plating is great, but I might hold off for a minute. The assault shield upgrade is worth it, and getting the Dragonfly is more important than the Phantom at this point, believe it or not. So we're going to go and get the Dragonfly. It takes 10 days to get there. So it's going to be a while before I can get things done. But that's just the way it's going to have to be. I really need to get that because that lets me take 10 guys into battle. And 10 guys makes for very much more efficient people. Air weapons, I can make alloy plating, which is great, but it doesn't really do that much for me. Vehicles, I can make alloy beating. That takes 300,000. That's a huge investment, and I do want to be able to build a base, so I'm going to have to say no there. This is 100,000 and 25 alloys. This is worth it because it will change you up to 160 health. So we will do the alloy, the shield upgrade. Okay. Laser lance will be done in a day, and then I will show your thing, and then we'll build a base. So I'm hoping to get my laser lances here very quickly, and then we'll end the episode. So this is going to be all pretty much just strategic stuff that's going on. We got 21 days to the funding report, so I'll have 11 days. Let's see. This will be done in 9 days. This takes 8 more days, so we'll have to do this before we do Guardian battle armor. This gives me more monthly funding, and it will get me down the road better, and then I have to get Guardian battle armor done. So we're running a little behind on research. We have 76 points right now. So we need to have 2 more days. 2 more days before we can build a base. I'm just going to advance till I can get to the laser lance, and then we'll build the base at the beginning of the next one, I think. Come on, get that Terminator up here. Give me my laser lances. Give me my laser lances. There, our laser lance is done. And we're going to go ahead and do that, but I'm going to go here so I can go into my airplanes. And the autocannon leaves. Now this thing takes 6. You notice I can't do that. So I can't take the torpedoes. I have to take 2 of these so I can take this. And now I can put a fuel pod on. So I won't have the penetration power of the torpedoes, but I will I'll have the armor and the range on the laser lances. Laser lances are really long range, good things. I can turn off the missiles, tear off a little bit of armor, and then unleash with Signwiders to get through and do a lot of damage. They do 15 to 25 damage, so I can get like 60 damage after I've ripped through some armor. 120 minimum with 4 missiles. So, and if there's, there'll be 4 missiles the first time and 4 missiles the second time, and the laser lances will be picking off armor. So that's kind of how it has to go for right now. And that is where we are going to stop, folks. Actually, let's see if we get one more UFO to shoot down. Give me a little bit more money. Please, please, please. Please, please, please. 88. Okay, we're going to speed up here. Do we get to 100? Okay, we've got our 100. We're going to stop here. I'm going to build a base here in the USA. But we're going to do that next time. So I can go over all the reasons why you would want to build a base and where you want to build it and why. So I want to go through that. And I will be able to, I will have a drop ship that I can build, but I won't have the money, alinium, or other resources to do that. So that's the thing I have to think about, is whether I want to have the ability to build a new dropship, or if I want to build a new base. It's a big trade-off. On soldier difficulty, you can probably get by without building a new base until the second funding report, and try to get the drop team put together better. We need to get Guardian armor, and we need to get the new dropship. Those are very expensive things to do. Just takes a while to get it done. Okay? So that's what we're working on right now. We will come back to more strategic stuff next time. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. Please hit the leave comments and share it with your friends. This was basically some air combat and strategic considerations, trying to set myself up for when the next set of UFOs are going to come. There's going to be some bigger UFOs now. That's why I needed the laser lances. Oftentimes I will have built a third Angel Interceptor, but you can get by with 2 for quite a while. But I will have to get once I get done with the Interceptor, I'm going to need to do, not the Interceptor, the dropship, I'm going to need to do Interceptors and Guardian armor, which is going to take me a long time to do. So, that's going to be a problem going forward. I think I might try to pick up something else. Maybe something that'll give me more op points if I've got it. I don't think I have the points to buy op points, guys. I think they're 150, so I may let this run for a few more days and see if I can pick up something that'll give me more op points, and then it'll just keep working that way. Keep advancing things, like pick up the op points here, or maybe the scientist. This scientist may be worthwhile. If I could do this scientist like in a day, I might pick him up, because that gives me an extra 5% to do scientists. So that's not bad either. And then this helps keep panic down in various locations. Okay, we'll go over all that in the next video. I do stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday is Gale Goes Forth. It's a modded playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. I'm playing as Gale, romancing Karlak. I have a flag to make sure I don't. I have a mod that makes sure I don't mess up the romance options with Karlak. And I have I put in the mod that gave me more mithril, so I have all the suits of armor and all the weapons, so you can see what they look like. I've gone through that in a couple different points in time. And what else did I? Oh, and I have the one that lets me take all the party members. So I have all 10 of us running around Baldur's Gate. We can pretty much do whatever things we need to do in whatever order we wish. And I'm down to having to do going to the House of Hope in Hell, Cazador's Palace, and then it will be what else? Cazador's first is for Astarion. God, I can't remember his name. So I have to do Astarion side quest, and then when we go to Hell is basically Lae'zel's side quest, and then we will do the factory and the 2 big bosses, and then we will be ready for the finale. So probably going to be a stream for Cazador's Palace, a stream for going to Hell, maybe 2 there, because it takes some time to get through everything there, and you have to fight the big bad boss of Raphael. And then it'll be a stream for doing the factory thing, and a stream for each boss. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, minimum of 5, maybe 6 just for that. And then there'll be the final battle, which will be a stream in and of itself. So 7 more streams. So I figure we'll probably be done sometime in July. I also have one going on Saturdays, which is a fan pick for me to be a monk with a drunken master subclass. That is not modified since it was a fan pick. We're also in Baldur's Gate, and we're kind of in the same situation where we have to just finish off all the side quests along the way, and then get the big bosses and go and do the end. That one will probably be about 8 or 9 sessions, I think. So that one will probably finish early August. When those 2 finish, I will be starting Dragon Age Origins Unlimited and Divinity Original Sin 2. Got both of those for Christmas in 2025, so I'm going to be starting those up in 2026, late summer, early fall, probably late summer. I will be putting up a poll that will let you guys vote on which one I do first. As I finish one of the streams, I'll put up a poll and say, okay, we're going to be finishing the stream in 2 weeks. What do you guys want to see next? So if you subscribe, you hit that notify bell, you'll be able to see that I put up a post, a voting post, and you can go in and vote and decide which one I'm going to do next. And then I also do stream on Sunday. That one's a little bit further behind. I started that one later. Then it was decided that the fans decided on a poll that I should actually stream it instead of just recording and posting. So I'm trying to get the Jack of all trades achievement in Steam, which means I have to be a level 1 everything without using withers to change my class. So it's a hoot in a way that I have to think. Every battle that I go into I have to do things a different way, because I'm a level 1 everything. I don't really have big powerful spells. I don't have big hits. I don't have multiple attacks. I don't even get any feats, because you have to have 4 levels in a class to get a feat. So I don't even get any feats. So I'm totally dependent on scrolls and potions to make myself useful. And half the time I'm throwing scroll spells out there because I can't throw a spell any other way that's worthwhile. Or I'm throwing little light healing spells, or maybe magic missiles. I do a lot of magic missiles to help try and finish off foes so people can go and fight the next big one. And then it's definitely a different concept of playing. We're in Chapter 2 in the Shadowlands, and it's been interesting. So you can come watch that one on Sundays. And then this is going to be coming out. I'm probably going to have to slow down to about 1 a day instead of 2 a day. I did put out 2 when I'm recording these. I put out 2 because I missed a day on the weekend. Normally I put out 1 per day when I'm streaming, and I've been doing 2 a day, when I wasn't streaming. But I've got a lot of things I do around the house coming up here in the summer and stuff, so these may slow down to being 1 a day for a while. Until I can get everything settled around the house and then get, more things rolling forward. So, thank you all for taking a peek at it. Please like, comment, share with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. It helps little, small, content creators like me keep going. Get a couple subscriptions every week or month or whatever. It slowly grows our total and makes us want to keep going. So every subscription helps, and I appreciate all of you. I did cross well over 400. I'm at like 406 or 407. I'm trying to think of something to do for a 400 subscriber, party or whatever, but I can't think of what to do off the top of my head. So if you have any ideas, leave me comments about it, will you, please? And I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, I'm John 608. Until we meet again, stay safe and bye-bye.